Hello everyone, welcome. We're going to get started with the 6.1 That Quiz. You're going to find your name in the drop-down menu. If you don't see your name, please let me know. And you're going to type in that password, all lowercase GCVS, and hit OK. And That Quiz is going to be looking at all of the different exponent properties. So one of the first ones that we learned is to multiply exponents. Notice they're being multiplied here. And if they have the same base, they're both a base of x, we take those exponents and add them. 2 plus 3 gets us this x to the fifth as our simplified term. So hit OK. So if we have an x to the first times x cubed, this becomes x to the 1 plus 3, which of course is x to the fourth. So we're going to plug that number 4 in and hit OK. X to the fifth times x cubed. Again, they have the same base. The base is x, and they're being multiplied. So we add the exponents. 5 plus 3 gets us an x to the eighth. So we want to put that number 8 there and hit OK. This is an x to the first times an x to the fifth times an x cubed. So we have 1 plus 5 plus 3, which is going to get us an x to the ninth in total. X to the ninth. And hit OK. We can also do it with negative exponents. It doesn't matter. We follow the same property. So we have the same base. They're all x's and they're all being multiplied. So we have 2 plus 5 plus a negative 3. So 2 plus 5 is 7, minus 3 gets us 4. So this is an x to the fourth. X to the negative 5 times x to the negative 6. Again, same thing. The base is the same. Just add the exponents. Negative 5 plus negative 6 gets us negative 11. So it's an x to the negative 11th. Beautiful. X to the fifth times x to the negative third power. 5 plus negative 3 gets us a positive 2. So we have an x squared. Beautiful. To raise a power to another power, so this is called power to a power, we multiply the exponents. So there's 2 exponents here, and they're both, attached to this x. So we just multiply them, and that becomes an x to the 15th. Beautiful. X to the fifth raised to the sixth power. We have 2 exponents here, power to a power. 5 times 6 gets us 30. So you're going to type in a 30 there and hit OK. X cubed raised to the sixth power. Again, we have 2 exponents here, 3 and 6. When we multiply them, 3 times 6 gets us 18. So that's an x to the 18th power. To raise several powers to another power, multiply all inside powers by the outside powers. So this 7 goes to the x to the fifth, 5 times 7, which gets us an x to the 35th. And then we also have this 7 going to the 3 of y cubed. And 3 times 7 is 21. So we have an x to the 35th times y to the 21st. So we distributed that 7 exponent on the outside by using our power to a power and multiplying them. Same thing for this next one. So we have an x to the fifth, and that's raised to the 8th power, which is gonna 5 times 8 gets us an x to the 40th. And then we have a y cubed raised to the 8th power. 3 times 8 gets us 24. So we have an x to the 40th times y to the 4th. Beautiful. Hit OK when you're ready. When we are dividing exponents, if they have the same base, like here, these both have a base of x, and they're being divided, so we subtract the exponents. Our numerator, which is 3, minus our denominator. And 3 minus 2 gets us an x to the first power. Beautiful. Hit OK when you're ready. X to the 7th divided by x squared. They both have a base of x and they're being divided. Subtract those exponents. 7 minus 2 gets us 5. So it's an x to the 5th. X to the 8th divided by x to the 5th. We have the same base. They both have a base of x. Subtract 8 minus 5, numerator minus denominator exponent, which gets us an x cubed. Beautiful. X cubed divided by x cubed. When we subtract 3 minus 3, we get 0. So this is an x to the 0 power. But perhaps you remember that anything raised to the 0 power equals 1. So x to the 0 power is just equal to 1. Hit OK. X to the 8th, y to the 7th divided by x squared, y to the 4th. So we can think about our x's first. Let me see. We have an x to the 8th divided by x squared. 8 minus 2 gets us an x to the 6th. And y to the 7th divided by y to the 4th. 7 minus 4 gets us a y cubed. So we have x to the 6th and y cubed. Hit OK. Parentheses first. Raise both powers 2 and 4 to the 3rd power, and then we'll multiply by that x to the 5th. So we have an x squared raised to the 3rd power. 2 times 3 power to a power gets us a 6. So essentially, just to show you, we had this x squared cubed, which gets us x to the 6th. And then we have a y to the 4th cubed. 4 times 3 is 12. So we have a y to the 12th. And then we also have this x to the 5th. So we just want to take this x to the 6th and combine it with our x to the 5th. They're being multiplied, same base. So we add those exponents. So we have an x to the 11th times a y to the 12th. Hit OK. Voila! That is the end of the That quiz. So make sure once you're done with this that you are submitting into Schoology. If you are having trouble with this stuff and want some extra support and extra practice, let me know. I got you. Otherwise, take care, my friends, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.